Now that you've completed your planning in Module 1, in Module 2, you're going to start writing the rough draft of your career research paper. The first thing I'd recommend you do before you get writing is to go through this document on using sources in case you need a little bit of a reminder about how to utilize things like quotes and paraphrasing and how to document that stuff. So when you go down here, there are some library guides, for instance, citing direct quotes, paraphrasing and summarizing. And there are different ways that you can paraphrase or quote something and document it. So there are examples that follow. For instance, let's say you have a source and there are two authors, Oster and Zorn. You have a couple different ways you can treat that. You can either write their name into the sentence and then put the page number, if there is a page number present on your source at the end like this, and that's for MLA documentation. Other ways you can do that is when you do your documentation, you can actually just give your paraphrasing and then put the author's last name with the page number, if it has a page number, at the end of the source. Keep in mind, this does show MLA and APA, and we are only using the MLA style when you're looking at these notes. Since it's a rough draft, it's okay if there are some errors with documentation, but there absolutely has to be documentation present because I can't help you fix it if you don't include it at all. And if you don't have documentation, even when you do write it into your own words, then it's considered plagiarism. So whether you do a direct word for word quote or whether you change the words into your own words, you still have to document it. After looking over this content and looking at the examples for documentation, the other thing I would recommend that you review once more is the instructions for the essay. So you'll want to go back into Mod 1, and at the very top, you have those research essay instructions. Scroll down and make sure that when you're writing your essay, you are following these guidelines. You've got to have 4 paragraphs. You're going to have a total of 600 words from intro to conclusion. You do have to have those 2 sources from the SPC College database, which you should have put into your working bibliography. Furthermore, go down here and you want to follow this template for your 4 paragraphs, making sure that you have the required content in each section. It's a good idea to have this out as you're creating every paragraph so you can go back and look at this once you've written your paragraph to make sure that you have completely followed the guidelines word for word. Now, when you're ready to get writing, you want to go down here to the MLA guides at the bottom of the course content. And in there, I have actually uploaded for you a template that you can use. So here's the MLA template. When you click on this, you'll get a Word document that you can download. And this is already pre-set up in the MLA style. All you have to do is fill it in and complete your writing. So here's the open template. You want to enable the editing, and then you're going to fill in your name here. Your instructor's name goes here, the course number, and the date. It can be the date you're working on it or the day that it's due. Here's a title, and you should have had a title in your working bibliography that you can use. And also up here for the last name, you got to double click twice to get this to open up in the header and just write your last name here. Don't delete the page number. You want to leave that there. Because what this is doing is it's going to number your pages and then change the numbers as you go down each page. Notice that here you just have kind of an overview of MLA. You can delete this, of course, and then write your paper on top of it. But do notice that every paragraph is indented. That includes the introduction. So indent every paragraph using the tab key on your keyboard. Once you've got your paper finished, of course, you can also add your works cited. You should have already made that documentation in your working bibliography. Do make sure you check your grade for your working bibliography because I may have left you some notes on things you need to fix before you stick it on your rough draft. So just by using this template, you'll have the automatic formatting for MLA. It'll be set up correctly. And then you'll also, you should also cross-check, like I said, with the instructions to make sure everything is going properly in each paragraph, just like the instruction template shows you. Now you want to check the calendar to see when everything is due. once you've finished your rough draft, we'll go back to module 2, you're going to upload your paper twice. Okay, so make sure you upload it 2 times. You're going to put your rough draft first in this Dropbox. This is for me. So I'm going to be able to check for any plagiarism issues. If there are problems, you're going to be told about them so that you can fix them. I'm also going to leave you notes about other things that you can improve on your essay. So you'll upload it once here, and then you'll upload your rough draft a second time to this discussion forum. And what is going to happen is that this discussion forum, once you've uploaded it, you'll be able to see your peers' papers if they've uploaded theirs as well. And you're going to do 2 peer responses. For the peer responses, which are due on different days, so check the forum. These dates here, are shown in the video, but obviously if you're taking this class in a fall semester, the dates are different. So look for the dates where everything is due. You're going to post your draft by a certain date, and then you're going to complete the 2 peer responses by a different date. And for the peer responses, you want to read through all the questions and answer them for your peer. So you'll be able to click on your peer's post, download their Word document, and then you can type out the answers to your questions. You can either put the answers on a different Word document, you can put it on their Word document, or you can just type it directly into the forum. If it helps, you can also just copy these questions, paste them, and then answer each and every one to make sure that you've covered everything. Try to give your peers good feedback. Don't just say, yes, good, or needs work. Try to give some constructive feedback and specific things your peers can do to improve their work. If you think something is amiss, but you're really not sure how to check it, then of course you should recommend that your peer utilize the tutoring services. And that's the other thing I want to talk about as well. It is not required for you to turn your paper in to tutor.com for a grade, but since you've got it, you might as well. So you can consider also taking your rough draft once you've turned it in twice for me, once for me and once for your peers, to just turn it in a third time to tutor.com and just get extra feedback. So you can go through the session. You can either, if you want a live session, for instance, with a tutor, you can connect immediately. Most people will probably use the submit one. So basically, once you've submitted that essay, you can get feedback emailed to you. And when you check back, you'll be able to see if you've gotten feedback from the tutor in your account. So since this is not a requirement, but it's a recommendation, and you've got your paper anyway, you might as well just get some extra feedback from the tutors. If there's any questions, of course, or if you're not sure you're doing something correctly, then you should definitely reach out to me with an email.